All right, so we're back with Jeff, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this the TNCA ride. He did the big mountain biking pack ride. So thinking about what if you want to, if you plan to do this again,
Definitely. Absolutely.
and so you talked about some of the challenges you've had. You had this inaugural time you rode it. So what are you thinking about that you can do differently, or how to prepare yourself, or use your experiences from this first go to have more success in a subsequent ride?
So the first thing I did when I got home was ordered a tube that had a metal valve that I could take with me. It was a great experience finding that out. It just was terrible finding out that the Tubolito doesn't fit through a standard Presta hole um,
Yeah.
um, when I needed it the most. So yeah, that's the first thing I did. Second thing um, is distance goals. So I just kind of had these. I want to make it at least 80 miles and at the most 120 miles within the first day. And so I made it those 80 miles and I thought, great. And I called it. I should have pushed myself for that 100 because that would have gotten me um, to a store,
Uh-huh.
um, which I didn't really know was there. Um, and that would have helped me not need to stop for water when I did. All
Oh,
those
okay.
mosquitoes attacking me and getting me, I could have just skipped that. I could have filled up on some water, made it to the store, filled up the rest there.
And that was the first day.
First day, yeah,
Okay.
that would be my goal is to
Yeah.
get there that first day. I got there the second day, this time around. Um, but yeah, if I could get there that first day, I wouldn't have to find food, or I wouldn't have to carry as much food with me because I brought dinner for that night. Um, um, I would have been able to travel a little lighter, which I'm sure would have helped, especially in that initial fire road climbs and all that. Um, and for the second day, definitely could get through the Sacramento Valley, if not a little bit up Goat Mountain. Um, and again, this is hypothetical, not a bunch of issues stopping me. Um, but as far as distance goals, for the first and second day, I have next year planned out. You
Uh-huh.
know, stop here, done, and not have to carry so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about doing some hike a bike to conserve energy, or you think you would just ride it as you can, or
My heart tells me to say don't chicken out and hike a bike, but maybe I should. Maybe I should. Um, Even though I know I can do it, preserving that energy. Again, it didn't exhaust me,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, maybe that would have helped me push through and not be so exhausted to pass out the first night,
Yeah.
and be able to do a little bit of maintenance and self checking and all that. Um,
And so a lot of the things obviously you learned this time, I mean, you can bring that into the second event, and you'll know. Like we talked a moment ago when we were just talking about knowing where that store was,
hmm
and one of your fellow riders kind of gave you the clue, something you could have gone right past. And so knowing these things,
Yep.
and then you talked about some of the notes from the ride organizer had some notes that you weren't able to access on your Garmin or your phone, and if you can figure some of those things out, might be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. So he makes all his rides in Ride with GPS, and so they have a note feature that he, when you're looking at it and trying to kind of plan your way around. There's so many super considerate notes where it's like there's bathrooms here, um, what type of bathroom they are, stores, places to filter water. Um, you know, hike a bike. He even tells you where the hike a bikes are,
Yeah.
to just help you preserve energy. But I don't have Ride with GPS. I don't have the paid version, so I couldn't look at those notes. Um, I was using Strava as a backup map, and my Garmin was not displaying those notes, which it can. It has the ability to. Some of the other people had the notes alerting them and beeping at them, and just a quick little water here, um, but mine just didn't. So I ended up, the guy I camped with, he knew where the store was, and it was out of the way.
Oh,
He
okay.
he has the note in the file, but it's not something you just pass. You kind of
Yeah.
have to make a left and then go up the road a little bit, a half a mile or so, and you're at the store with everything,
Yeah.
everything that you could need, and um, yeah. So again, you don't know it's there. Totally pass right by it.
Yeah.
Um,
And is
and
that between sections of dirt, and then you're gonna, I mean, you're coming into a town and you're coming off of a dirt road, and then you're going to be heading back into the.
yeah, so we did some forest, fire road, um, and ended up on the road for a little bit. Uh, and I don't know that it's a town, um, but it's on this way to this reservoir, so a lot of people will stop there for
Uh,
for stuff for their day trip or whatever. Um, and so it's right along that road. But we were jumping onto the single track, so we
oh,
weren't
okay.
going towards the boat dock, the traditional roadway. We were
Yeah.
taking all the single track out there. Um, um, but yeah, it has everything that you need, and um, again, I'm just, that morning I was so happy to be there.
Right. Right.
Everything I needed, and that would be my goal for the very least, to get there before they close on the first day.
And
Um,
that's roughly how many miles in, you think?
it's close to 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think my Garmin said like 96 when I got there.
Oh, okay.
Um, but
Well,
yeah,
good.
and then just not even that far from that, you jump onto a little bit of more fire road that turns into single track, and that's where I'd want to camp. Um, so if I could get about 100 miles the first day, hit that store, be able to load up on as much as I can possibly carry. I'd only have to carry it for a few miles,
Yeah.
um, and then a few spots. There's even I didn't stop at it. I was in the mindset of, I just need to keep going. This is after my flat, but there was a little a restaurant. I think is in Brownsville. I think is what it was called. But they had this little Brownsville cafe, and they were open pretty early. And I thought, man, if I was, if I just didn't want to keep going, I'd love to sit down for some food right now. So yeah, just all these things.
Uh-huh.
Fill up your water there. Do anything you need to. Um, yeah, and that would be my second day. Get through the Sacramento Valley. Um,
So you go through Oroville and get to the base of the climbs, because you're kind of going up into the sort of the coastal mountains, more or less.
yep, yeah. I don't know what it's called. Goat Mountain, has a different name.
Yeah.
Um, not entirely sure what it is, but that's the tough one, because it's very, very, very steep. Um, the way it was described, makes me feel kind of bad complaining about the first day of climb. That's nothing, and then on the third day you're doing that. Um,
Yeah.
so
Now, do you have any idea about previewing like the second half of the ride and see what it looks like before doing the whole event again, or just kind of getting a lay of the land?
I don't have any solid plans to do it, but it's not a bad idea. It was suggested to me, to maybe take a look at, even if I never did this again. They
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
you should at least climb Goat Mountain once. So I don't think it would be a bad idea. I just don't know when I would do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's a big ride no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Right.
um, yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily preview the entire second half of that ride. Um,
Because after you get over Goaten Mountain, and then is there more up and down before you get into Mendocino?
yeah, there's a lot of little kicks up. I think I saw some like 2,000-foot climbs, 1,500-foot climbs, a number of them before you
Yeah.
make it to the flat to Mendocino, which is this little final push. But yeah, it might be more fun to go into it blind again.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, thanks for talking with me, Jeff. And so we'll stay in touch. And if you maybe next year about this time, if you're getting your training going, we'll talk again and see how it's going, and then maybe we'll do another review of your second try.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Maybe a third try.
Great. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Yep. Thank you.